Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to the Reds. Shout out to the Bengals. Speaking of Cincinnati, Cincinnati's favorite son, Adrien the Problem Broner, set to fight Mikey Garcia on July 29th at the Barclays Center. Uh, Interesting matchup for sure. But there's an article that came out on Boxing T recently where Adrien Broner voiced his displeasure with boxing at large, saying that boxing media and boxing fans don't respect him enough. So we're going to get into that. Here's what he said. He said, I quote, with all due respect to every reporter out there, I just feel like I don't get as much respect as I should because in my last fight, the guy I fought at Adrian Granados was a guy that a lot of people skip past. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fight him because everybody tells me that I'm not taking tough fights. I knew he was tough, and I fought him and I beat him, and now I'm taking another tough fight. Now let's pause there for a second. It's been well documented on this channel many times by me, and I thought it was a good decision of the highest order. Honestly, I mean, not of the highest order. That was Kovalev War, but it was a good decision. Adrien Broner did his best work in that fight with his elbows. Really, there weren't punches, and the punches he did land, he was slapping with a lot of them. So should we really count those? It's the fight game. He wasn't hurting Granados or nothing. So what I'm saying is, Adrien Broner had some good moments, but I thought he lost that fight. I thought he lost that fight. Clear cut, he lost that fight. And he clinched. I think he clinched like 34 times in 10 rounds, something like that. So it was bad. It was bad. Or 43. I can't remember the exact number, but it was a high number. It was like 34 or 43 or something like that. So I thought he lost, but he does get credit for taking a tough fight with Granados because this was a guy that Victor Postal didn't fight when he was his mandatory. This was a guy that beat Amir Imam, who was once a highly touted prospect. So Granados is a guy that is not easy to look good against or beat because nobody's really legitimately beat him, maybe outside of Felix Diaz. So with that being said, he's got a point there. Now, why are we going to disagree with him is this next quote he has right here. He says, I quote, I feel like they just don't put enough respect on my name. All the accomplishments I've accomplished in this game, I'm one of the kids. I'm the one the kids want to be now because coming up, everybody that wanted to be like Floyd, that's my age. Now coming up, all the kids want to be like Adrien Broner, so it's okay though. The fight is just to show people that I'm still here and I still got what it takes to take over this boxing game after Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao retire. End quote. Now this is why I highly disagree with Adrien Broner because he says like people don't put enough respect on his name, and I couldn't disagree with him more. I think people put way too much respect on his name because look, if you look at any other fighter, right, with his resume or with the mistakes he's made, the boneheaded mistakes he's made outside the ring, they wouldn't have got as much opportunity as he has in his career because he's done some stupid things outside the ring. From beating up the guy at the bowling alley to I think he had, from what I heard, he had some like sex tape with strippers and constantly being in the club and just getting arrested seemingly every other month. The guy would not be where he's at right now, and he would not be getting another big fight after a crappy performance against Granados if he wasn't a big talker, if he wasn't entertaining and he couldn't sell tickets. That's the only reason he's still relevant. So I think there's too much respect being put on his name, not by fans. I mean, he has his fans, and they say the stupid delusional crap like, oh, if he was focused, nobody would beat him and all that bullshit. But I'm talking about like people in boxing are putting these fights together. Like you look at Lou DiBella and Al Heyman and these guys. They're giving him opportunities to fight, whether it be on network television or PBC or Showtime. He's getting chances to get exposure, and I think he's getting too much respect on that regard because he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. And I've always thought, dating back years now, saying that I thought Adrien Broner was always a C-class fighter, an overglorified, overpaid, overhyped C-class fighter. Has good hand speed, great hand speed, but outside of that, his feet have never been the best. Laterally doesn't move that well. His feet are too far apart, so it's hard for him to get out of the way of certain shots. Which is why if you're a power puncher who can work off of a jab, you can beat Adrien Broner easily. And I think, in my opinion, I look at his resume, he has like six or seven losses. Fernando Quintero, Ponce de Leon, Granados, then his two losses to actually Maidana and Porter. and maybe Malignaggi, depending on how you score that fight. He arguably has 6 losses on his resume, but he's gotten every benefit of the doubt. He's gotten every opportunity, and he's pissed it away. So at some point in time, it's I think he gets way too much respect, to be honest with you. That's my opinion. But you guys let me know. Does Adrien Broner get enough respect in boxing? I think he gets way too much. I think you guys respect him not based on what he's done in the ring, but more based on hypotheticals on what you think you could be. You guys think of all these things that he could be. Like, well, if he was this and he was that, he would be here in boxing. But the fact of the matter is he hasn't dedicated himself like a world-class boxer should dedicate themselves, which is why he has further exemplified the C-class fighter that he always was. And that's my opinion on it. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think, if Adrien Broner gets enough respect or not. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.